Here we go. Welcome to Curiosity Public. I'm Dutch, and this is another episode of Lost Spirits with Dutch. That's right, this is the show where I take a look at a spirit that is no longer available for whatever reason. Maybe it was a one-off. Maybe it was discontinued. Maybe the distillery disappeared. Anyway, the point is, these are things that are generally not available anymore or are very hard to find. It's a way to document a little piece of history, and today we're going to take a look at Gran Centenario Añejo. Now, you might be saying to yourself, hey, Dutch, because that's how you talk to me, I know. Hey, Dutch, I see Gran Centenario in the store all the time. I've seen the Gran Centenario Añejo in the store all the time. What are you talking about? Well, this happens to be the green label version of Gran Centenario Añejo. That's right, look at all that beautiful green. It's got a green thing down on the bottom here. It's got green writing right up here, and it's got green up here. Green, green, green. Green is good when we're talking about Gran Centenario. The current iteration of this one has blue all over the place. See? Blue, blue, blue. Side by side, they are pretty similar. The motif is the same. Almost everything is the same with them, except for the coloration. You got the green up here on this one, where it's got blue on this side. The green doesn't have a border around the motif here, where the blue one does. Overall, you could mistake them for one another. But if you look closely, obviously there are some differences. Also, the cork top on the blue label here is kind of wooden. I don't know if you can see that too clearly. Whereas on the green label, it's actually kind of some sort of a plastic cap to the cork there. The color, you probably can't really see it on the camera there, but there is a difference. The green label is a little bit darker, but you know what? Probably more interested in how it tastes. So let me get a tasting glass here, and let me pour myself a little bit of this. So these are generally available up until maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. They switched over at that point, and tequilas, you'll see changes in labeling a lot. And they usually happen to coincide with changes in either the way it's produced or where the agave is sourced, or maybe the aging methodology that they're using, or the types of barrels. Whole different, a lot of different things can change. This one changed, like I said, about 3 years ago, and boy, did the taste ever change. They're very different. Let me give you the tasting notes on this wonderful green label. So before the tasting notes, I'm going to smell it. It's just a really pleasant agave aroma on this. There's a nice, very beautiful citrus smell to it. There's nothing funky about it, and there's like a richness, almost a little bit of the oak coming through too. It's extremely pleasant on the nose. All right, let me try the palate now. Oh man, and the finish just goes on. It just goes on and on and on. Interestingly, the oak really comes through in the finish. It's not a tannic oakiness that you can get from, bourbons that are aged a long time, or even other whiskeys that are aged a long time. It's just kind of that subtlest touch of oakiness. Up front, you get more of that citrus and really beautiful, rich agave flavor. It's hard to pull other fruit flavors into tequila when I try to describe it. Citrus definitely comes through, and then there's just that agave flavor. And it really comes through in spades with this. And if you think of agave flavors as kind of like a series of peaks and valleys, it's just like all the peaks are at the right place with this. There can sometimes be off-putting flavors in agave that come out. There's almost none of them. There are none of them with this one. One more taste here. Wow, yeah. It's just so refreshing. Nothing off-putting about it. That's a real treat to sip on. So I've got the blue label here. I might as well pour myself a little bit of that and do a quick side-by-side for you. So blue label comes back out. I'm going to keep my glasses on either side here so I can kind of hopefully keep them straight. Grab the blue label here. All right, let's check the nose first. Wow, it is so different. It's almost more raw. I mean, it's very citrusy. It's like a big punch of citrusy. And then there's agave flavor there, but it's, you know, like I was describing it, the peaks and valleys are all off. It's kind of highlighting the wrong parts of the agave. It's got a strong aroma, but it's definitely different. Let's check it on the palate real quick. Wow. It's extremely different. It's extremely different. Maybe the most noticeable thing, there's really two really noticeable things. First off, you get hit with almost like a citrus rind in the beginning. So almost the off-putting aspects of a citrus flavor. And then the second most notable feature is that there's almost no finish on it. There's a little bit of an aftertaste that kind of comes up, but I can't tell if it's just left over from the green label or not. But the flavors just drop off very, very rapidly. One more quick taste here. Yeah. Yeah. Big, bold hit up front. Not perfect. Not the best aspects of a tequila there. But then the finish just really drops off. I mean, there's nothing artificial about it. I wouldn't say there's anything off-putting about it. It's just not, it's not the best tequila flavor. Let me go back to the green one more time here and give some closing remarks. Wow. I mean, there's just a richness. I mean, I can even see the way that it's coating the glass. It probably won't come up on the screen here, but you can almost see the legs on this one. And just, it's kind of doesn't do anything on this side. There's really a richness to the green label that's missing in the blue label. There's this huge finish. It really does seem like an oakiness to me. And then again, like I said, the agave flavors are just perfectly balanced in the green, while they're just kind of, somebody needed to tweak the dials a bit more on the blue label. You know, overall, I would say the blue label, you know, it's only about $30-something, $30 to $40. I think it does make excellent margaritas. So I don't want it to seem like I'm crapping on that. It's a far cry from this green label. This is really a treat. It's really something special. If you're able to find it, you know, check the local liquor store. Maybe they got it sitting in the back collecting dust. Definitely try to pick it up on the secondary markets for tequila. I think you can find it for around $100, maybe a little more. You know, you might luck out, like I said, and find it collecting dust on the back of a shelf somewhere. And if you're into these kinds of sipping tequilas, it's definitely one to try. Maybe you find it at a bar and get lucky and get a few pours of it there. But it is a real treat, and it truly is some lost treasure here. So with that, I will close by asking you please to hit that subscribe button. It's the single most helpful thing you can do to help our channel out. Give this a thumbs up if you like it. Give this a thumbs up if you didn't like it, or give it a thumbs down. I don't care. Leave a comment. Let me know if you've tried this. Let me know other things you might want to see on Lost Spirits with Dutch. That's right. I'll take requests, and if I can get my hands on it, or if I happen to have it in my collection, I will gladly do one of these episodes. But most importantly, make sure you stay curious. Always check, because when you film something and the audio is not recording, you can't use it. Delicious, but damn, it's hot in here.